Do it for your country, do it for your name, because there's gonna be a day when you're standing in the Hall of Fame. World's gonna know your name.
Were you nervous about that, man?
A little.
Everybody's a tiny bit nervous, man. No, you did well. It's good to meet you finally. I know we've been chatting quite a bit on DMs, and I'm a fan. I'm a huge fan of yours, right?
Sounds
No, I got a lot of respect for you, man, because a few things, like I was saying off mic, it's like, first of all, you're young, and you've chosen one of the most difficult trades out there.
I would say so. It's finishing.
Yeah, finishing, tiling, and it's no longer the days of little 6-inch by 6-inch tiles.
True.
It's all slabs now, right? Yeah. So we're going to talk a lot about tiling today, and I got a lot of questions. So I want to introduce everybody to Paras Sood.
Yep.
That's right? So it's iTile, and 6 years. How young are you, man?
26.
20 years old? You made that decision?
Yeah, I started actually when I was 18.
18?
As an apprentice, so... I was at the school. I was in school at the same time.
Which school?
Centennial College.
You're there?
Scarborough.
Okay. Yeah.
So I was going to school.
They're teaching.
No. I was in school for marketing actually.
Okay.
And I was doing construction part time, like some jobs, just get some money.
So the passion for construction stomped on the passion for marketing.
Yeah, it's like marketing. I wasn't into it. It was just so I came in this country as a student, right? So that was a way to get here. So I had to pick something easy, and I could work on the side and afford my fee and everything, right?
Yeah, so marketing
tuition fee. So, but it's helpful in business too, right? So
I want everybody. The website is innovation-tile.com, and the email is innovationtiletoronto@gmail.com. Before we get started, a few shout outs. Daniel and the boys at Junk Out. I love his shirt. I totally dig it. I love it. Everyone knows I'm a huge fan of pink. I got my pink extension cords. I got my pink hard hats. Everyone knows that. That's how I am. Second, I need to do a huge shout out for Simcoe Engraving. That's like, it's not the easiest logo to engrave, and the guy pulled it off seriously. So he's got this killer mug here for me, and he's got Construction Life on one side.
That looks awesome.
Hardcore Rentals on the other side. But then he also couldn't stop there, and he created these coasters, man.
Wow.
So, I mean, they look pretty sharp. So thank you so much, Sarah. I really appreciate it. Everybody, please check it out. It's Simcoe Engraving. It's Steve. And you can, on Instagram, it's at Simcoe Engraving. Reach out to him, 705-796-6674. So, tiling, man. Like, I got a lot of respect. Dude, it's just... It's not an easy trade.
Definitely.
It's not. Yeah. It's totally not an easy trade, right?
100%.
So you're studying marketing, and you're more interested in construction.
I was, at the time, I was just, trying to find a job, get a decent pay, and, since tuition fee is so high, so found myself in construction, got a job, started working for a Russian guy. We used to do like a commercial schools, straight on tiling, nothing else.
So right into the hard part of tiling, not the easy part.
Just killing it, like the volume, volume every day, like producing like over 1,000, 1,500 square feet a day.
Just pure production.
Yeah, so like after a week, he let me start laying. I was terrible at the beginning.
In what way? Lippage? Just like dirty, messy?
The messy. I couldn't take on the mess, like I hate being messy, but it's thinset all over me, all over the tiles. So slowly I pick on things.
Did he tell you?
Better. He taught me very well.
So, but he's telling you that you're too messy. You need to be cleaner.
Yeah,
if you want to be a tile.
He would give me shit.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I would say that guy was very good to learn from. Yeah. He taught me very well.
So, but now I see you on your post and pretty clean, man.
Yeah.
Like, pretty clean, honestly.
Yeah.
So that's good. But I mean,
better.
that must have been intimidating at 18 years old, going in right into production, commercial.
Oh yeah. I had no idea, no background for construction, right? Back home, did nothing. Just a kid, came here by myself.
So why tiling though?
It's just something I found. I was just looking for any job at the time. So
and that was the first one that showed up.
Yeah.
Respect.
So it worked out well.
Okay, so how many years were you with him?
Year and a half. I would say, then another half year for someone else.
Okay.
Then after kind of the relationship got worse with that guy, the second guy, then I'm like, I'm just going to go ahead and start myself.
When you say it got worse, what do you mean? In what respect?
that guy wasn't really, you know, he ripped me off some money. He wasn't.
Oh, okay, that
you know,
whole kind
like
of
that kind of stuff.
Okay, I gotcha. All right, so then you had enough of that.
Yeah.
And then the business part of that relationship wasn't working well. So
No.
then get the hell out and you figure out. So how many? That's 2.5 years, 2 years,
2 years.
2 years.
Apprentice, yeah.
And you say I'm 20 years old now, and you want to be on your own.
Yeah.
So you got no helpers,
No.
no van,
No man.
tools.
I
Some.
borrow some from my friends for my first 3-4 jobs.
So 20 years old and you're ready to
No
pull
tile cutter either.
no tile cutter. A grinder?
Grinder, yeah, I bought it. Yeah.
What kind?
Makita.
Good. All right. That's all I want to hear. If you're doing tile, Makita.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's it. So all of a sudden, 20 years old, and you like got the bare bones, what you need.
Yeah, I'm like, what can I lose? You know, doing it.
It's true.
Nothing.
So then, how do you get work?
Kijiji.
That's it.
I would
Post
call.
it.
I would call people. I would call everybody listing their ad. Every single person I would call.
What were you charging? What were you offering?
At the time, I was like putting it this way. I want to make at least $250 or $300 a day. So
day.
divided by the job, how many days it's gonna take me.
So based on the first 2 years of your experience, you knew how long something was going to take.
Yeah.
Someone had a backsplash or a little bathroom.
I actually never did houses before. So
That was the first time?
yeah, my first job, I got a shower.
First time you're doing a
And,
shower.
Yeah. I had no idea Ditra, because we don't use in commercial in schools.
No, of course, no, you don't
in
touch any
union
of
jobs.
Yeah.
It's just cheap, you know, just get it done.
So
I had no
that was
idea.
a Detra job.
Yeah, and I see first time I started learning on YouTube, searching stuff. I had no idea you put cement board on the plywood, you know, some sort of substrate, whatever, Ditra, whatever, how it works, wire mesh. No idea about anything. And so I got this guy who was working with me at the same job. We quit at the same time, so he had some experience. He was a bit older than me. He was 36, and he helped me out. He had experience. He knew a bunch of stuff, so he helped me out in my first job.
Younger guy, older guy?
Older guy.
Okay.
Yeah, he was 36 at the time.
Okay.
And I'm still working with him.
Oh, nice.
Till the day.
So
yeah.
the relationships worked.
Yeah.
So it's been 6 years.
Yeah.
Good.
Exactly.
All right. So he's taught you a few things.
He taught me a few things. Exactly.
So how did it feel for you to get on that first residential job?
It was scary.
Yeah. What kind of tile were you installing?
24 by 24.
Holy cow.
And I never used clips. I was very good with no lippage at the point, you know, like you could give me any tile. I was good with laying tiles, but just certain things I didn't knew about, like the aspects. Yeah, like clips I never used till that day.
The first one?
Yeah.
You used clips?
No, I didn't. No. And there was no lippage, no complaints from the job whatsoever.
All by hand.
Yeah. That's how I went
hand and
for,
level.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's the way. You know what? If you talk to a lot of the older guys, they don't use clips, man.
Yeah. I can do either way, but the point is, it just saves you some time nowadays. It's big tiles, right? Why not if something helps me?
Do you think that clips help the guys that are not that good
Oh, absolutely.
just go faster and avoid doing it properly?
That's the thing. Yeah, some guys use clips, but the problem is they mix the thinset very thick and they don't back butter. So that's where the problem comes. They tighten the clips, the tile lifts up. There's no bond whatsoever.
There's a void.
Yeah, there's a void, and exactly. So when I use big tiles, I make sure I use the vibrator. Make sure you have coverage all over, you know, back butter the tile. And even if the floor sometimes not level, and you know, every job doesn't have the budget sometime. And if the floor, you can somehow work it out. So my hand is already so pretty good, like I can spread it even, you know. If I know floor have some void, my hand would go like at the level.
So that first, I really, honestly, Paras, I want to dissect this first shower. You got to paint this picture for me. The floor, what was it? Mosaic tiles?
It was 24 by 24.
Enveloped?
No, it was a curved shower.
Okay.
It was a master ensuite, curved shower, 2 walls, and continuing to the bathtub.
Okay.
So jacuzzi, right, and the floor. So it was many details to say.
How long did it take you to do that first one?
It was it took me 7 days.
Were you over or underestimated on how long it was going to take? Because you were basing your price on how long you think you.
I was I was underestimated.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I did pretty good, to be honest, on that one. So I finished in 6 days. I charged about $4,000. Paid the guy. The guy helped me 2 days. The rest of the job I did myself. So paid him $1,000. I was pretty good. $3,000 for my first job.
So not too bad.
Yeah.
Not too bad. And then it turned out good. Clients were happy.
Exactly, and the guy used me in another jobs. Yeah.
What did you do? What did you do for the curb?
Curb, we put a marble jam.
A marble
yeah,
jam.
Yeah.
Okay,
And the
cool.
floor was mosaic. There was a niche. I never done a niche before. No idea.
How did you do the niche? Just with jamming inserts, or
Yeah, with the
you
jam
weren't
inserts.
mitering yet?
No.
I'd be very impressed if you were mitering on that
Not at
first
that
one.
point,
No.
no.
Okay.
Yeah.
How many fixtures, plumbing fixtures in that shower? How many
There was,
handles were there?
3. I think two.
Two.
Yeah.
Okay. And a niche.
And a
And a
niche.
curb.
And there was 3 on the bathtub on the ledge for the
So
faucet.
it was pretty extensive. That's a lot of work for 6
that was
days.
quite a good custom shower. It wasn't
Yeah.
any regular shower. Yeah.
So from there, more Kijiji projects?
Yeah. I went on Kijiji because you need a network, right, to get started. Anybody who's just out there trying to get started.
Yeah.
If you don't know anybody, right, job not gonna come knocking at your door. So you gotta call
go get
people,
it.
right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So Kijiji helped me for, I would say, first 6-7 months at least.
Wow.
I was going to Kijiji every job.
Yeah.
Slowly I started building network, and I would go drop my business card. At that point, I got some business cards, dropped them off at the tile stores, and I called many people from what's the website called? The Home Stars.
Okay.
Home Stars, and there's another one. It's more on the east side. People use. I forgot the name.
I don't know. Okay.
Yeah, similar to Home Stars.
So you got a lot of work from Home Stars?
No, I didn't register on HomeStar. I would find contractors, bathroom contractors. I would give them call, find people on Google, give them call.
Were
Sometimes,
they always looking for somebody? Good.
not really, not all of them.
Okay.
I would just call like whoever I can find. Just call. Like make a list. I called already this guy. You know.
So whenever you weren't working, you were just calling.
Calling. And
That's it.
some days I was calling maybe even 50 people. You can see. Like, what's the worst they can do is like
Okay, say
say
no.
no. Exactly.
What's the best they can do?
I
Say
think I
yes.
reached out to you too.
Yeah, I know you did. That's probably when we first started chatting.
Yeah, no, I think it was way back 5 years ago.
Oh, even
Maybe I
back
found
further
you.
then? Yeah,
There's
yeah.
another Alair Homes. I think
Yeah.
they work in Bay Village, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I reached out to them to all the whatever contractor I would find.
Anybody you came across.
Yeah, but 90%, 97% of them would say no, they're not looking for anybody. But one or two of them give you a shot, you know, and that's how I found my good clients, like like good custom jobs. Yeah.
From that point to now, has much changed?
Yeah.
Where you approach your business now?
Exactly. Now I don't go looking for job.
It's always constantly.
Yeah.
You're booked, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure you're booked till next year, and everyone's waiting for you, right? They're
Not.
like,
I would say not next year, but like at least 3-4 months I have jobs lined up. So it comes, like always like finish one job, then other ones keep coming,
are
It's
they
just
waiting for you? Because I know that I hear from other tile setters, they're like, no, we need it now. You
To
have
be
come
honest,
in
yeah,
now.
nobody waits for you.
Nobody waits.
If sometimes like people really want me to do it, but like if I tell them wait at least even month and a half, they say no, they need it done.
And then what? They're gonna look for somebody else.
That's how
And
unfortunate.
then you
Yeah.
come back and fix what the other person just did, right?
One time it happened, yeah. People use another guy, then they later call me, oh, I don't like this, I don't like that. So I'm like, yeah, you should have waited.
So that first shower, Schluter?
Yeah, Schluter.
Curdy on the cement board or Curdy board?
In the shower, he had, I think, cement board and red guard. He prepped that for me.
Okay.
And I did, the guy helped me do the dry pack because I never done dry pack before at that point.
That's the first time.
Yeah, my
Again,
friend.
YouTube video?
No, my friend did the dry pack. He
Okay.
had a lot of it. He's Mexican. They're very good at dry packs, right?
Mud dogs,
Concrete,
yeah, exactly.
So, and there was a Kurdi membrane on the ledge of the tub he wanted me to install. I had no idea what is this. So I went on YouTube, watched video, and I pulled it off pretty good. And yeah.
How were the corners?
Corners, yeah. First time dealing with the
Challenging?
corners, yeah. A bit, yeah, I would say. Not gonna lie.
So, I mean, Paras, I got to ask you, if you were to do bathrooms today and you have your choice, you're still using Schluter? You're still going that route? Or how are you building your shower?
I like wavy, and there's new stuff called Hydroblock.
Okay.
I like that
What's
stuff.
the reason why?
It's more rigid.
Okay.
and you're not building up with the membrane patches all over your shower corners.
Yeah.
No patches, no
So you
buildup.
prefer the caulking?
Yeah, and I've tested it before I used. I made a box out of caulking. I posted a video too on my Instagram, and no leak. I left it 10 days.
Yeah.
Some water evaporated or sun, but no leak whatsoever. So
Totally convinced that that's the way to
yeah,
do it from now
yeah.
on.
Because
So are you walking in there and the builder's deciding on that, or the homeowner's deciding on that?
most of the time, yeah, the contractors already have stuff they want to use. They already purchased before they even contact me. So sometimes I can recommend, and sometimes it's the cost.
Do you like that? Because I
don't really like that. No,
I'm surprised that the GC, the builder, won't allow the professional to make the decision on the substrate.
I hate that part of the job actually, because sometimes I walk in the job site and they have green drywall and a red guard on top.
First of all, green drywall for any bathroom for a shower should never be allowed.
Exactly.
If you want to put green or moisture drywall in the other areas of the bathroom, around the sink and around the toilet,
that's fine.
That's fine. But for a wet area, green
plus
drywall.
Plus they choose 24 by 48 quite large heavy tile, and they want me to put on the paper that can peel off.
I know.
So that's the part I hate. So most of the time I would tell them like, I'm not tiling on this, either change it or, like they really want me to do it. And, I have a team, I have to keep everybody busy. So I'm like, sign the paper, I'm not responsible. I'll do the job.
You'll get them to sign off on it?
Yeah, like I'm not installing on the green drywall, like heavy tiles, Like if ceiling, that for sure have to change. Yeah.
You want some sort of cement board.
Exactly,
something.
and more bracing. I want to see how you brace it. Like if tile falls off, somebody die, It's not even about how much money you're going to lose somebody die.
And it's on you. It's not on
yeah,
the
exactly.
At that point.
Yeah. So that's the most dangerous part, right? So ceiling, 100%, if they have green drywall, have to change. But I definitely don't like it. Like then I have to do a shower pan with Schluter. The walls are green. It's like, and I get it. People criticize on my videos sometimes, like it's like a mix of. It's not my decision, and I can't give away every job, But like as long as I'm covered, I make them, sign, email, whatever conversation. I recommend if they don't want to change. At that point, not much I can do, right? I have to keep my business going too.
But it's a constant conversation that I have, where why not ask the professional that's done it? How many bathrooms have you done in your short career of 6 years? You've done like hundreds, right?
For sure, yeah.
So that's enough of a resume for me to go, I want to listen to Paras. I'm sorry, I'm going to listen to him.
Yeah.
What he's recommending. So I get it. A sheet of green drywall is what, $20?
Yeah.
And then a sheet of cement board, if it's like 3 foot by 6 foot, is $20. Same cost.
Pretty much, yeah.
So you're getting half as much or whatever it is, right?
Yeah.
So I guess we're not talking a lot of money.
A lot of money, yeah. It's just some people, I don't know how they operate. They try to save every bit, whatever they can, right? And plus it's been a little change. Like people do ask me now, like you said, the clients I've already been working with for a while now, they ask me, what do you want, or you prep it yourself. That's the way I prefer. I can inspect the studs if need fixing. Most of the time I go look at the job, the wall is bowed. And then you have
crowns out, crowns in, all kinds of crap. I know,
Yeah.
I know.
They left a screw that's pushing out the drywall, whatever, right?
I know. And then you got to fix it.
I gotta fix it, cut it open. Cost more headache, more money. I'm obviously I'm gonna charge you for fixing it. Why not just let me prep everything? I don't blame you for anything later. Any issue you come to me,
Do you show up that way? Do you show up way before you're supposed to start to just make sure that?
Yes, most I would say 50% of the time. But 50% of the time, they call me when it's already prepped. They're like, "Oh, just come straight tiling. Everything's ready for you."
So what's the first thing you do, Paras? You actually pull out your 6 foot level and slap it right on there. And
check the wall. I show them, okay, this is not level, and I can't build up that much mud. No way. If it's small tile, there's no chance I can build anything. If it's big tile, I can try to help a little, but no going over like beyond the limits, like trying to fix it for you.
Do you give them a little definition about the term thinset?
Yeah, it's called thinset. It's not supposed to build up.
Never called thick set.
Yeah.
No, and then
So,
you'll see a wall that's out of plumb by what? I'm sure I've seen it, and other people, you guys see it all the time.
more than 1 inch sometimes.
That's sad. And then it's like, okay,
And the
fine.
guys go like, "See, fix it." I have another guy. He fix it. I'm
1
like,
inch
use the other guy.
Thin set fixing it is not a good idea.
Exactly.
No,
yeah.
I know.
Yeah. It's not same strength anymore.
Yeah.
It just
You're weakening things.
weakening things.
Are you
exactly.
finding that the clients are more willing to let you do things the way it should be done versus the builders?
Exactly. Yeah, I think they would like it that way for sure. But most of the time, most of the cases, the contractor have more hold of the job. The clients don't have much idea. And once it had happened, I try to talk to the client about what's going on in the job. I got myself in trouble, and the guy ended up not paying me. And that was a big trouble. I can't share much, but it happened even worse than that. So, so legal issues.
No, I know.
there.
It's bullshit. It's part of the business.
Yeah, so I try not to get involved unless it's my client. Like I tried it already and got myself in trouble, so I don't want to take that route anymore.
So you're going in now and you're trying to just cautious, be careful.
Yeah.
So then if something you don't agree with, you just tell them, listen, I don't agree with this. Here's an email. Here's a form.
Exactly. If the guy's too fishy, like he said, just do it anyway. If you don't want to fix it a bit, nothing. Like I just walk away. You know, I know it's in the end it's gonna be troubles. I'm not gonna get paid again. You know, it's better just walk away. Cause
you have no problem doing that?
walking away.
Yeah.
No.
No.
Just walk away.
Because you know exactly what the outcome is going to be.
Exactly. So I don't want to get troubles and do the job, do the work, not get paid. You know, so just rather walk away. Even if I'm not busy, stay home, watch TV. It's better than not getting paid.
You can stay home and make money.
Because
you didn't lose money.
Exactly.
So are you disappointed because when you first met this builder and they pretended, I guess, to be, we want your quality, we want the work.
Yeah.
But then it comes time to the work and then he's probably already spent so much money, you're getting into the finishing stage now.
Yeah.
And he's got to still make his profit, so then he's going to dig at you to try to make some profit.
Lower down my costs. Yeah. 90% of the time. There's not, 90% of the time my quotes, they're trying to low bid. They're like, some people are, you're insane.
But you're not high. You're not ultra high. You're ultra reasonable.
Exactly.
In my opinion, right?
Yeah. For them, probably they see my work on Instagram and they want me to do their jobs, but they never been with another guy who produced probably a quality and never got those prices before. So for them, when it comes out, it's like, this guy's insane.
Yeah.
It's, way unreasonable. Like, they never heard those numbers. For me, it's like, I'm not even trying to, sometimes I don't even put 20% whatever profit on top. I want to make whatever I want to make a day, at least that much, and plus my helper cost, plus my material cost. And try to keep it low sometimes, but still, they're like, you're crazy.
Is that what you're fighting at with a tile setter these days? You're fighting, trying to get to 30% profit?
Yeah, at least 25% profit for the company, you know,
okay,
to put in towards the business, right?
Are you forgetting to pay yourself too?
No, I make sure I pay myself.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the first thing.
A lot of guys have their own business. They go on their own, then they make their profit, 25, 30 points or whatever, and then they're including themselves in that profit.
No,
that's not, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
I want to make sure first I get paid. That's the first thing I want. Even if the job is a little low budget, trying to beat it. But yeah, that's the first thing I want to make sure. If I'm not getting that much, I'm okay. I'm not.
Do you want to share how you your payment process? The increments?
Yeah, so I usually take 30%, 5% to book the job beforehand. You know, if you want me to book the date, you got to pay 5%. And then 30% the day I show up with the materials. And then another 50% when the job is about 60% done. Then
so almost fully tiled? Before grout?
Yeah, I would say like maybe a couple of days before tiling's done.
Okay.
Yeah, then another 10% the next day, you know, when job's almost tiled. When the grouting left, they keep the 10% till the end. Once everything done, they inspect it, pay me the 10%.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's worked out well for you?
Yeah. People sometimes give me a hard time.
Of course.
Yeah.
Because they agree for everything.
Sometimes the problem is they the job is, let's say 30,000, and they want to make a cash payment regardless it's going on the books or whatever. They want to make a payment in cash, and they go like, I didn't get time to go to bank, or bank didn't give me enough money in the day. I'm like, if you know the job's happening, you hired me, this is the cost, and you decided to pay in cash.
I know.
You go order week before, call the bank, order that much cash, or in 2 shots or 3 shots, whatever. Have that money ready before I start, and as I'm keep giving the work, delivering the work, and keep making the payments. There's no excuse.
Are you afraid to talk to them about the money? Are you nervous about talking to them about the money?
Not really. Sometimes when it's big amounts, I'm like, I don't want to issue. I try to be polite. Like, okay, you are delayed now. Like, you have to make the payment, because it ruins the whole process. If they don't make the payment and I start working, the guys are sitting and it delaying my schedule. Everything's getting offset. So I have to still keep going and try to, talk to them. You're behind on the payments, so that's the issue I have. And they still delay it, and I don't like to stop in the middle of the job. Sometimes I'm working far away, staying in the hotel. Like, what are you gonna do, sit in the hotel? It just recently happened. 2 days I wasted on the jobs. Like, I decided to stop, stay in the Airbnb, whatever.
I know, but you're frustrated now because you and the guys are on a groove. You want to get the work done.
Exactly.
You're planning it. You have it in your head. You already figured out what's going to happen tomorrow.
Exactly.
And so, like, you want to get it done.
It delayed everything. And the guys won't sit even the hotel for free. I got to keep paying them something, because they are away from home. They're not there for vacation.
I know.
So this is the thing, that really bothers me.
I think if you bring up that conversation about money, and the builder or the homeowner doesn't just answer you directly, something's going on.
Exactly.
Right? And you don't want to play that game, right? So you want to either hear, yes, I have the money, it'll be here tomorrow.
Exactly.
Or no, I don't have the money, it'll be here the day after or next week. You don't want to hear, I'll get back to you, I'll text you later on, I'm busy right now,
sometimes they don't
I'm driving. I'm like, sorry, I can't talk right now, kids. None of that shit. It's a yes or no.
Exactly.
As simple as that.
You had time to contact me, go through the job, everything, but now you can't even respond to one message. Like, how busy you got.
Total bullshit. I know. And I don't like that world, right?
And I never had like anything wrong going on the job. The reason they're trying to delay the payment, like never. And it's just they're trying to delay. I don't get it for what reason.
I want to talk a little history here.
Yeah.
See how much you know. Let's talk a little bit of history of glass tile.
Glass tile.
It's my favorite.
Everybody's favorite.
Glass tile is so hard, man. Like, honestly, it's so hard, man. So glass was used in mosaics as early as 2500 BC. But it took until the 3rd century BC before innovative artisans in Greece, Persia, and India created glass tiles.
Oh, wow.
So what is on the back of glass tiles?
Back of the glass tile is a film.
Yeah, it's like a translucent glaze.
Translucent glaze.
So it's fired onto the back of each tile. You need it.
Yeah.
And
otherwise, it will be see-through.
Exactly. Oh, you'll see the thin set.
Yeah,
There'll be other problems, and you know how to handle that, right?
Yeah.
How glass tile is made. So sintered glass tiles are created by pressing glass powder into molds and then heated to melt the particles. I didn't know that.
No.
Molds and then heated to melt the particles. These tiles are often sold in 1 inch by 1 inch squares, which we've done how many mosaics?
Plenty of times.
Square arrays, but also available in sizes of up to 3 inch by 3 inch. Now, here's the question. Does glass tile fade in the sun?
I would say no.
It doesn't. So glass tile is impervious to moisture and it's unaffected by UV rays.
Yeah.
So it won't stain from spills or fade from exposure to detergent or sunlight. So with a swipe of a damp cloth, it's easy to maintain.
Yep.
Is glass tile fireproof?
Say yes.
It is fireproof because it's
depend on
the degree of fire.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Right. So, but I mean, it's non-permeable. It's highly suitable for surfaces which need to be resistant moisture. Additionally, glass tile is frost-proof, as well as being heat and fire and UV resistant. How do you keep glass tiles from chipping?
Chipping. While cutting,
while cutting?
we use a wet saw, definitely.
A wet saw?
Yeah.
So
They're
saying make sure that the cutting process is not too slow.
not too slow.
So not to
The
reduce
RPM of the blade.
RPM, exactly. If the glass blade you are using of high quality, it will be possible to cut the glass tiles very quickly, thus reducing both the vibration and the risk of chipping.
Yeah.
Are you a fan of, I'm sure you're seeing this, and we're going to get into a lot of this stuff, the slabs of glass tile.
Slabs.
So
of
basically
glass
it's like wallpaper patterns on the back.
Yeah.
And it's glass. So I'm not a fan of it because it takes a special tile setter artisan to handle this. But the problem I have is that a lot of the suppliers are selling these products as if you need a glass cutter or a glass tradesperson to handle it, to install it.
Oh, really?
And I don't agree with that. I think you still need a tile setter to do it,
Yeah.
but there's a premium attached to it.
I would say even if it's a big slab, even the glass cutters, they use the same diamond blade as the tile diamond blade.
And I've done those tests before
Yeah,
where
yeah.
they told me that you should score it and snap it.
Yeah.
And I said, no, I want to cut it. I want to see what's going to be like. And then if you cut it at the right RPM, the right blade, it's going to cut nice and clean.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think tile guys can do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you seeing a lot of clients asking for glass?
Not many.
No.
Not many.
What's the trend these days? What's going on?
It's porcelain
all
mostly.
large format?
24 by 48.
Yeah?
That's the one I hear all the
36
time.
by 36?
Yeah, it's more 24 by 48.
Really,
2 by 4s,
yeah?
Most of my jobs, like 70% of my jobs.
They're still heavy, man.
Yeah.
Especially when you drop it down and you've got to take it back up.
Yeah. And when you're putting the second row above the first one, you have to lift.
Yeah, I know.
Trying to get it like, you can't be ruthless with it because a little hit on the edge, that's it, gone.
The tile's done.
Yeah.
And you can't reuse it again. No. You can cut off that corner and then
and you spend
I know
20 minutes cutting, making the cuts, measuring, whatever.
So one thing I want to ask you, Paras, is that you're young, but I know a lot of young other tile setters, right?
Yeah.
And their bodies are aching. And I watch you do your videos and your body's not aching, but do you see that your body is taking a toll?
I have a pain in my knees.
Okay.
I don't try to sit down. I put my knees down a lot. But
you're putting pads on. You're putting.
Yeah, still.
Okay.
I bought like the best one I could get, but still.
And then you're going through them how many times? How fast are you going through them?
I had now one for a year.
Really?
It's because it stays clean. It's still like brand new. I use it, but it's still clean. But I don't use it a lot. I just don't put my knees down. I just sit in like a frog style, you would say.
Seriously?
Yeah, I don't want to put my knees down anymore.
Because it hurts?
Yeah, it hurts. So.
Wow.
Yeah, that's the dangerous part about this.
Are you seeing a pain elsewhere?
So if not knees, it's the back.
Lower back.
Yeah, it's either way. One of.
So what are you doing for your body to maintain it? Because you're young still.
Yeah.
Another 10 years from now.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Time to time I sleep on the floor. Try to keep my back straight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not on the bed.
It helps.
Yeah, it helps.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wake up fresh. Back is straight.
Stretching.
Stretching, some exercise. Yeah. Yeah.
Chiro.
Not really. Don't get enough time for that.
No, I know. I know some guys that go to the chiro and they think that that's the actual solution, and I'm like, it's not, man.
Yeah, there's a bunch of things you can. Things you can do just at home, right?
Well, you can get into the drugs, you can get into alcohol, you can get into the weed, you can get into a bunch of stuff. That'll help you with all the pain.
That's what.
No, we don't recommend it.
No,
stretching and laying flat.
Exactly,
That's what you want to do, which is totally cool.
Yeah, exactly.
How many guys you got working for you now?
2.
2 guys.
Yeah.
And that's still that same guy that.
One of them is same.
And then the new guy.
And the new guy, yeah.
Where'd you find him?
From Instagram. I had many people reach out to me. They're looking for a job. You know, if I have a helper job.
Okay.
But the problem is I want to extend too, but I can't take all the helpers. I need tile guys.
Because you want to be. Is the problem that you want to be the point person? You want to be the guy that the people hire.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You're not ready to hand it off to somebody else?
Some jobs I have trust issues depending on job to job. If it's straightforward, yeah, I would send my guy, but some of them no. Yeah, depend on job.
So what are they doing wrong?
It's not wrong. It's the the details.
Or is the list shorter if I ask you, what are they doing right?
They're doing pretty much everything right. It's just the thing I don't trust, the cuts clean in the corner, even if you're getting caulked, it's just before grout, the way I like to see it, like everything like precise, clean, same amount of space on every tile in the corner, that's the thing I like to see.
And do they see that that's how you like to see it? Do they recognize it?
They recognize it, but even though I tell them, don't worry about the payment, I'm here to pay you extra day on the job, 2 days, doesn't matter. As long as the client's happy, I'm happy. We don't want any issues. We come out happy, everybody. But they try to rush it. Everybody try to rush it, right? I was the same way in the beginning, but for different reasons. When I was working for people, I was trying to be, trying to prove something. Like I can do it faster.
Back in the commercial days?
Commercial days,
okay.
yeah. I'm like, I'm the fastest, I can still do it nice. Or get a little messy. Even the guys would tell me, like, slow down. Like, nobody, when you're doing a job, nobody try to put more than what they're getting paid. But I was like always trying to be superior on top, like something trying to prove. But it's not the best way to go. No,
so nobody taught you, technically speaking.
No.
You just jumped right in.
Yeah.
But now you've established yourself.
Yeah.
And you got credibility behind you. How is it that you're a teacher now? Like, how do you teach this younger generation? Because I'm sure lots of people reach out to you and they go, listen, I just saw you install that. How did you do that? How did you think about that? How are you as a teacher?
I never went on as a teacher, other than my employers. I would tell them, while I see them doing things, I would tell them do it this way or that way, try to make it better, right? But everybody would, I would say, go as an apprentice first for at least a year, try to get some knowledge, watch these professionals on YouTube, whoever you like, doesn't matter. It's the knowledge, then once you have the knowledge and you get on the job site, you already know what you're getting yourself into, right? It helps a lot. And focus. I used to go home, like in the commercials, there's doors and you have to make the cuts around doors. How you measure that? And what I used to do, the guy tell me, like, take a piece of paper, go home, you have a door, try to cut it. So that...
Practice.
Yeah, practice it. Yeah, exactly. And watch YouTube videos. But just by watching videos, you're not going to get it. You have to practice it too.
You have to practice
but it's better to get some knowledge beforehand and then go practice it.
So would you take on, let's say it's a 20-year-old kid, they reach out to you, and then they say, listen, I'd love to actually just be a volunteer, helper, learn, watch, don't pay me, I just want to see. Would you take somebody on like that? Or are they going to get in the way?
I got many offers like that, but I didn't take any.
Why not?
It slows down my job.
Because then you got to start and stop.
Yeah,
start and
I
stop.
have to, like, some helpers I had piss me off. Like, the questions they're asking me, it's like, comment, like, how you not know that, what are you asking me? It's like, why are you centering the wall this way? Why not that way? This is simple. And it pisses me off. It makes me angry.
No, trust me. I know the feeling too. And I know that with a lot of tile setters, it's justifiable pissed off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is, because I know it's a challenging trade.
Yeah.
Right? It is. But it's also a trade that it's either in you or it's not.
No, yeah.
So if you want to learn it, you're going to have to, you got to look at you. If you're a kid and you're getting started, you have to look at you on the site and you just have to watch. Shut up and watch.
Exactly.
And if you don't understand what he did, watch the next job and see what he did and see if you'll pick up that one.
Exactly.
Because I agree with you. You don't have the time to start and stop.
No,
start and stop is going to kill your production.
Exactly.
And it's going to frustrate you. Plus, it's going to take your focus away from what you have to do.
Yeah. And if you're asking me the same question on every job, then you're
pissed
not
off.
Really the guy I can teach.
Then it's not in you anymore.
It's not in you, yeah.
Right?
I had a helper asking me same questions, like, oh, you should, like, when I'm doing the measurements, trying to make my layout beforehand, you should speak as you go. I'm like, this is the 4th or 5th job you've been with me. I still have to speak. I did tell him the first 2 times, and he still asked me the same questions. Why are you centering the grout line? Why are you not centering the tile? I'm like, look on the sides, it flows and it finishes full piece on the sidewall and whatever, But yeah, keep asking me same questions.
In all fairness, man, that should not be a question that's asked.
Yeah. It's
Centering
like
the grout line? That
yeah,
should not,
simple math.
yeah.
Yeah. Simple math.
So you go in there and you see it, and then you're balancing things.
Yeah, I know, like, once I see the place, I know which way it's going to go.
Do these kids not see finished work on Instagram and finished projects on House and Pinterest and look at the grout work and zoom into the picture and go, wait a minute, look, all those tiles are centered. They're all balanced.
Yeah,
They're all
exactly. That's the point. Pisses me off. I don't get it. Like, the simple thing, if you can't get it, like, what else you expect me to teach you?
So do they get discouraged and go someplace else, or they just find a tile setter who doesn't give a shit?
They're still probably working as a helper. Right?
How many? So you think if you're a helper, keep your mouth shut, watch, learn, like honestly.
If you really focus, I would say in 2 months he should be laying tiles.
Yeah,
it's like you never let me lay tiles.
Confidently. Yeah.
Few guys I had, they're like, you never let me lay tiles. I'm like, you're not showing me enough confidence. You're not speaking out. And when you ask me dumb questions, I can't let you lay tile. You know, at least show me that you are confident enough. Like, ask me smart questions.
So here's the difference, Paras. I bet you any money, you went home and you practice.
Yeah.
They're going home and they're not practicing.
No. Showing up late to work, that's another thing.
Oh man, I can't stand that. That's in your trade, man.
Yeah.
I don't get it. And then every time I hear from
if you're a helper, you have to be there 15 minutes before.
Because you got to get shit ready.
Yeah. And if I have to tell you things after 1 week, I still have to tell you things. Pass me sponge, pass me this, pass me that. You are not the one.
You're not focused.
No.
It's not in you.
You have to be ready what I need next. Okay, here. You have to be, you know.
It's a production, man.
Yeah.
It's a production.
It's a team. If you can't work as a team, then
the work doesn't get done.
Exactly.
So when you start the day and you go in there and you already know in your mind, this is how much work we're going to get done today. And if the team is not a team, then you're not going to get that work done.
Exactly. It's obvious, like if I put a tile, I'm trying to tie the clip. I need the gun to tie the clip. And I'm asking you, where's the gun? Where's the gun? Why don't you have it ready?
Exactly.
Here's the gun.
Exactly.
You know? Once I put the clip in, here's the gun. Go.
It's surgery, man.
Yeah.
Doctor, nurses.
Exactly.
It's all it is,
man.
Yeah,
they have the scissors, everything ready.
That's all it is. That's tiling.
Yeah. Everything's works the same ways. Yeah. You have to team up and try to produce the best you can, right? Be focused, stay focused.
Are all the young kids that are getting into tiling or want to get into tiling, are they more focused on being you right away? Or are they more focused on...
I think so.
They are, right?
Yeah.
They want to be you.
It looks cool on Instagram, but
you paid your dues, man.
Yeah, and the work's still behind it. Like on Instagram, stuff is edited, whatever, but work behind it. I don't think many of them reaching out to me can do the same, even if I take them on my job site. Oh, wow. Yeah.
So you got to tell me about some of the hardest projects you ever worked on.
Hardest.
Was like you're there and you're standing and you're scratching your head and going, oh, that's a hard one.
Yeah. My first time doing herringbone.
That's a challenge.
That was actually like my third or fourth job after I went on my own.
What size towel were you using? 3x6 or you using 4x12?
It was 3x8.
3x8?
And I was working for, I'll say the company name, JBG Tile, Italian guy.
Okay.
There are three brothers, Gaetano and Joe. I don't know the third one.
Okay.
Both of them are a piece of shit.
It could probably be Tony.
Regular Italian name, yeah, Coleman. So, okay, this was a job. A bathtub, 3 walls with a niche, and continuing on the side walls, there's a big window I have to cut around, herringbone, continuing towards the vanity wall, like pretty much the whole bathroom getting tile in herringbone. There's window, there's vanity wall, there's outside corner, there's inside corners, there's niche, there's tub, and they were paying me $1,200 for the job.
For that?
Yeah. So that
hard.
was like, like I started with the company like as a subcontractor, right? And $1,200 for that job doesn't justify.
No.
Not even 5,000 justify.
So they just told you, do this.
Yeah.
This is what you're getting paid. Get it done.
Yeah. And they sent me there. I watched, again, YouTube videos. Night, I'm watching them again and again and again. And I'm rushing, obviously. It's like $1,200. And what I'm going to end up with, $800 at the end for paying taxes.
I know.
So I'm
You're not
rushing.
making much money, but
Yeah.
you're going to learn a lot. You're going to learn a lot. Where'd you start? On that herringbone, where did you start?
At the bottom.
Okay.
Start at the bottom.
So
cut
you took it from
pieces.
the floor. You didn't take it from the top. You took it from the floor.
Oh no, from the top. From the top.
From the
Centers.
top.
Mark
Okay.
my center. Started from the top, and I didn't center on the tip. I centered on the.
That sounds like
I centered on the tip, not on the. It's usually centered on the tile, like whatever is 3 inch. You center on the half, right? But I took a tip as a center, and messed up the center first. Then.
So you made the center a small triangle.
Yeah.
And then started from there, but
Yeah.
it didn't work.
No, it didn't. I messed up the center, and then I didn't keep the laser line as I was going.
So
Went out of center.
How much did you do?
I would say it went out like almost 1.5 inches. After I took a level, I put in the tip at the bottom. I tried to put in the tip at the top.
So what happened? Did you hit the laser? The laser got hit or something?
No, I didn't shoot a laser.
Oh,
It was my first.
Oh, you weren't.
And it was like my 4th or 3rd job as on my own.
So they didn't
know?
show you that,
And
like just draw. A line
Nobody's
or-
there, just me,
oh,
just
man.
myself alone. So nobody's there. I'm nervous, obviously, herringbone. I've never done it, and my 3rd or 4th job by myself, and no laser. So I did mark a line, but I covered it with thinset, So went this way. Then I started doing the second wall, trying to match the angles.
You can't.
No,
it
I
gets
cannot.
wider.
Yeah,
it gets
yeah,
wider.
yeah,
It gets
yeah.
wider.
Then I cut a few tiles, trying to fit it in.
So you spend time trying to fix the mistake.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you took it off.
Yeah. So no, at first day I somehow got back wall and the side wall done. The niche, I left the pieces overhang. I'm like, I'm gonna cut them tomorrow because there's no way I'm gonna cut them at the same time.
Yeah.
And it's different now. But then the owner, obviously they after I left, they picked up my level because it doesn't look straight. The pieces on the other side got bigger and this side got smaller. So they called the company and it's like blah blah whatever. The guy called me 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the night. It's like you messed it up. I'm like, I know I messed it up. It's like you know what? I'll pay for the job. I'll pay for the tiles. I'll rip it out for you. Dispose the garbage, and that's it. I'm not doing it anymore because the money doesn't justify and this job right now. Maybe I'm not ready. Just that's the best I could do at that point.
It's a good move.
Yeah, I learned.
Yeah.
And that was the only time I messed up any job. Single one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think
So-
that's a good move that you did that.
Yeah, that's the respectful way to
Yes,
just,
exactly.
you cover the damage and you walk out. Like, it's no way you're trying to embarrass yourself again. Like,
So you didn't
mess
make
it up.
money, but you learned a lesson.
Yeah, I lost money and I learned the lesson, yeah.
But you made money in the future
In the future, yeah.
because of that move.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I didn't know what
Instead of
to
you
do.
standing there and trying to convince Tony and Joe and whoever else is there, right?
Yeah, no, I knew it's
Right.
messed up already. Like, there's no
Yeah.
way I'm going to argue about that. Yeah. It's messed up. It's messed up. I'm sorry,
All right. I'm in Paris. I want to ask you tools. You still with Makita?
Yeah.
All the
Makita
grinders are all
of
Makita.
them, yeah.
I know, because Makita's grinders, variable speed, the handle,
Exactly.
everything,
Yeah.
wet, everything.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's go-to.
Yeah, for the tiling, that's the only one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
entire world. Everybody all over the
everybody.
world uses it. I don't
Yeah.
care. I don't care if you're a yellow guy, blue
Or
guy.
if you want a better one, I would say Fin. But the thing I noticed,
Really?
Fin is better.
But what's wrong with it?
Now they started producing in China before it was produced in Germany.
Germany.
Yeah.
So they're going China now?
Yeah, so now it's
Are
not
you
good
feeling a
anymore.
difference?
Yeah, it's not good.
So went right back to Makita then.
Yeah, Fin is definitely better if it's made in Germany. Yeah.
What are you using to cut tile, to score tile?
Sigma.
Of course. What are you using for the larger? Are you using
Sigma.
Still, eh?
Kira
How big? How many Sigmas you got?
So, I have the 12-foot one, the slab cutter.
12-foot one.
Yeah, it's the
whole suction.
track.
Yeah, the
the
track.
suction one, right?
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
And the 4-foot one, and 3-foot one, 2-foot one, and the smallest one. Yeah, but I don't use the 4-foot one. People say it's waste of time. I use a slab slab cutter, the track one,
Yeah.
to cut my 4-foot tiles
Yeah.
instead of using the 4-foot actual cutter, because I see many times when you score in and try to snap it, it chips off the corners. But with the track cutter, never happened. Not even a single tile I messed up
clean
till
cut.
the day. Clean cut.
Oh, you got to change those blades, or you got to baby those blades.
Yeah, the diamond. Yeah, you just
Yes,
change the
of course.
diamond wheel. That's it. Yeah, and you get to control. Sometimes you have to make a cut in the angle. You can suction it, like tight it. Never moves. On the other cutter, large format, you're trying from one end to other end. Sometimes you move the tile and it's gone.
It's done.
Right.
Now you own the tile.
Yeah.
And you don't need it, and you own it.
I own it. I never use it.
So what are you using for a wet saw? Or do you
DeWalt.
US DeWalt, brand new one?
Oh, yeah.
I'll respect DeWalt for that tile saw because they got that extra arm on it.
Yeah.
So it actually you can fit. I wouldn't say you can fit 24, can you? No, you can fit 18.
No, depend on the cut, right? If you're trying to cut it half, I think
do that.
You can do that. If more than half on the machine side, then no, it gets in the way. Yeah.
But they did a smart thing by making that arm bigger than everybody
now
else's.
they made it a 36-inch one. So, yeah.
Okay. And then for mitering,
just hand grinder.
just hand skill.
Yeah.
That's it. And then just polish.
Yeah, polish tight as possible.
And that's it.
And I try to put the epoxy before closing my miter. So
You'll fill it in before you actually close it?
Yeah.
To already match it?
It just makes it stronger.
Yes.
And I just started doing that because once what happened, the epoxy just fell off. I had a guy doing it for me, and it just fell off.
It didn't go far.
It didn't go far in, right? Because
that's
it's thick mixture. It doesn't really go that far. So best is you put it before and let it sit inside, and it makes one piece, right? Whatever you have on the outside and inside, so it can never fall off.
So every client now, everything is mitered.
Yeah.
And I kind of
comes with a cost.
I shook my head when Schluter announced their fine deck.
Fine, I see. Yeah.
I'm like,
I never used it.
nobody
but
wants that.
Yeah.
Everybody wants miter.
Yeah. They don't
And I understand why they want miter. But miter is challenging. It's more expensive.
Exactly.
But everybody wants that clean.
Not many willing to pay for it.
Yeah, I know. So it's just like you have to charge. So you're charging per linear foot, or you charging per scope?
Per scope. I never go by square foot price or linear foot. I just look at the job, divide it in the days, and put my price. That's how I go by the job. Yeah.
Now I see that you do Dietra heat, and you're not filling in before. You're installing it at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. Because I had an issue once. The next day you walking on it, and it's pop coming out. Pop. And I think it's better to fill it in at the same time because it's making a better bond. Because it's
what
as
if you
one,
got an
right?
intricate pattern?
What?
An intricate pattern. What if you've got a mosaic border or something like that, and then filled in, and then a little diamond something.
I would leave that part out. I would leave that part out for the next day, like fill it in with a putty knife, and
Okay, do it that way.
Make my chalk lines, not go over that, right? Yeah.
I remember early on when I hired a tile setter, and I won't say his name because he's a hack. He would tile fast.
Yeah.
Not even use clips. Here, talk about herringbone. Funny enough, talk about herringbone. 6-inch by 24-inch.
Yeah.
And then there was heated floor.
Yeah.
And then I would see him do it, and I would stop him, and I was like, listen, man, there's a little bit of lippage there. He goes, don't worry, I'll just pop it off, and I'll take it out tomorrow, and I'll fix that, adjust it. I was like, you're making me nervous popping these tiles off with heated floor underneath there, man.
Yeah.
You start putting a knife in there or a pry bar, and you start digging away.
Dangerous business, yeah.
Yeah, it's dangerous, right? Yeah. So I didn't like that. I didn't appreciate that.
No,
man.
yeah, that's not the way I would do it too, yeah. Fix it at the same time. Tomorrow is even more harder because some thinset would stick on the mat, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, if you're lucky, it would just pop right out. The mat's clean, but you don't know, you could end up damaging, yeah.
Did you see that Dietra Schluter just announced a peel and stick Dietra?
Oh, well.
They just sent out an email. I think it was yesterday or the day before. They sent out an email, and I just responded back saying, I don't know about this.
No, me neither.
I think that you need to wet the substrate, have a good mix of a thinset.
Have it primed.
Have it primed even better, and then apply, and then trowel it and pry it, and then roll it. I think you peel and stick it. You're gonna just educate bad people.
Peel and stick the mat or tile on top?
No. Peel and stick the actual Dietra right to the substrate.
Right to the substrate. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know
how
about that
work because most of the people I see them, they don't even clean their substrate.
I know.
And there's a little dust. How would that gonna
I know,
go?
it doesn't even stick,
Yeah,
eh?
yeah.
You come
Doesn't
back
even
the
stick.
next day and it's
Exactly.
got a bubble there.
Yeah, and try and imagine you're putting a 24 by 48 tile. You got it on the floor, trying to lift it.
It's gonna lift right up. It's gonna lift right up.
Yeah,
I know.
yeah. So
what trowels are you using, man?
for Ditra,
For anything?
for the heat,
No, Ditra, you're probably using Ditra trowels,
for
right?
the regular Ditra, for Ditra heat, I use the 1/4 inch one.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it doesn't make any, what do you call it?
It's not going to give you too much mix that it's going to give you a
Yeah,
bubble.
because it's thick product, right?
Yeah, and
Ditra
when you
heat,
roll
so-
over it,
yeah,
it's fine.
and if you use a Ditra trowel on the Ditra heat, it doesn't even stick. Trust me, you need a little bigger.
You
one.
need a little bit
yeah,
more mix.
Yeah, and for other tiles, for bigger tiles, I go 3/4 by 1/2 inch.
Okay.
The reason for that is I just skim my walls and go with the 3/4 trowel, because if there is any voids on the wall and I use a vibrator after it fills in the voids, it's enough thinset. If I go with 1/2 inch, sometimes the wall is not perfect. So, just to make sure the bond is perfect. So 3/4 is the right one, I would
So
say.
you're still vibrating? Everything? Large format?
Yeah.
Really, yeah?
Every single piece. Yeah.
Every single piece?
Yeah.
Because guarantee that mix is moving
Yeah.
and it's like you get full coverage.
Sometimes I vibrate it, and many times I just don't feel like there's enough, maybe some missing. I always
And you'll take the tile
feel
off?
that. And my guy's like, you are crazy. Something wrong with you. Like I spend maybe, I used to be a guy, I do shower in 2 days, 3 days, not 2 days, not
A
possible.
whole shower.
Yeah, and now I take 5 days, any shower, regular shower. Like,
Why?
very concerned.
What is it that?
Polishing the corners on the inside, every single piece, polishing every cut, whatever is going to be visible after the job, every single cut I'm polishing. Polishing with the machine first and the hand polish just to give it a smooth edge. That's a mistake many guys make. They just polish with the grinder, with the pad, and they go too much on the edge of the tile on top, and they come out with too much of, unfinished edge. It's just white,
Yes.
But I just polish to make it straight, not to polish the edge, just to get it straight, Just remove the micro chips or whatever, then go with the hand pad lightly, make it a factory edge kind of stuff.
So just make it as tight as if it was manufactured like
Yeah,
that.
exactly.
That's what you're after.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's impressive, man. But it takes longer, right?
It takes longer, yeah.
The real question though is, are you still making money at 5 days, right?
yeah.
So as long, because the better you get, the more money you should be making, right?
So that's why people tell me you're insane, you're crazy, whatever. I'm like, that's okay. I'm still busy.
So when you're popping off tiles and you're not sure if you got full coverage behind there, and you pop it off and you see that it's got full coverage,
Yeah.
then what?
Then I just put it.
You just put it back.
Yeah.
Do you look at your
sometimes-
guys? Do you look at your guys and go,
yeah.
okay, yeah, you were right. I saw whatever. Okay. But at the next one though, I'm going to take that one off, and that one's not going to be perfect. Is that how it is?
It's both cases.
You just want to
yeah.
be sure, man.
Exactly, because that's the last thing I want if I'm charging good money and something goes wrong and people come at me,
Yeah,
their name. That's the
exactly.
last thing I want.
Exactly.
So just gotta be sure.
You've done full slabs on the ceilings of showers?
Yeah.
Have you mechanically fastened them, or are you just trusting?
The ceiling slab?
Yeah.
Not that one. I would suggest if you want to do the ceiling, do full slab so it can be supported on the side walls and the back wall. But people want a 24 by 48, and I don't recommend. I tell them, any thinset I can use, the most expensive one with additive, whatever, make it more sticky, it's not for lifetime. And I don't know how long after you're going to renovate it, like, it's not for lifetime. Nothing holding that tile other than that thinset. And over time, and the house have movement, whatever.
Especially
it's
brand
not,
new homes.
Yeah, so I don't recommend it, but they're like, no, that's what they wanted. So, you got no choice. Just make sure you use a good thinset. And yeah, it's much better if it's supported on either side, right? Even if something to happen.
Oh, I agree.
Yeah.
100% I agree.
So either do small tiles or use a full slab. But people just 24 by 48, 24. And it's too heavy with the thinset on it. Oh, too heavy. And it's just...
I mean, the tile alone, if it's a 24 by 48 tile at porcelain, like 3/8 to 1/2 inch thickness.
Exactly,
That's a good, I'd say, 50 pounds or something?
Easy.
Now you add the thin set.
Yeah.
75 pounds?
Yeah. Yeah.
75
Easy.
pounds.
Yeah.
That's a lot of weight.
Yeah.
That's why I was asking about the I know because most guys that put a full slab, they'll mechanically fasten it, screw it along the perimeter, and then have the walls secured as well too. So you're guaranteed that it's not going to go.
That's true.
But it's more work. You got to be cautious. You got to be careful.
True.
Man, okay. I want to ask you a little OBC talk here. It's funny. I came across a lot of scopes and definitions. I just want to share some stuff here. Do you know what the word accessible means when it comes to the OBC?
Accessible.
No
idea, to be honest.
Accessible means when applied to a fixture, connection, plumbing, appliance, valve, clean out, or equipment, having access thereto, but which first may require the removal of an access panel, door, or similar obstruction without the cutting or breaking of materials. So basically accessibility to something that's being built, but you have to still get access to it.
Oh, okay.
That's all. So it's just like the terms and definitions of like the Ontario Building Code, and like access is an exit means that a part of a means of an egress within a floor area or the provide areas to the exit serving the floor area. So that's all it is, man. I found this and all of a sudden I was like, you know what? I'm going to start sharing all this stuff. So air brake. Do you know what air brake means? And not a car, man.
In what terms? Like in
it just like I guess it just means a space for air itself, I guess, in an assembly of something.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So in this, they're talking about, so an air brake means the unobstructed vertical distance between the lowest point of an indirectly connected waste pipe and the flood level rim of the fixture into which it discharges. So there's an air brake there. So I'll be sharing a bunch of these as we go along, but I just wanted to just talk about those right now.
Yeah, no, good to know.
That's it. So I want to ask you, what are your favorite thinsets to use? Whose brand do you like using the best?
I use Ardex a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
You like it?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Is that what you started from the beginning?
No, in the beginning I was with Mapei.
Okay.
Then I switched to Ardex. The one I've been using, Ardex X77.
Yeah.
For any backsplashes. It's sag resistant, just like K-Cell Serverlight. So sag resistant, you can use it on ceiling. The most strongest thinset out there, I would say, for ceilings. Yeah, it's the best.
So I want to ask you, why are all the tile guys now always going to white?
To white thinset?
Even though you're doing like dark gray or you're doing black tiles, they're always going to white.
I know. It's just, I would say it's just the mess. Sometimes like, not really. That's a good question.
I don't know. I'm noticing that like when they put an order in, they're ordering white.
Everybody's ordering white.
And white's always messy. Or sorry, white's always money. It's more expensive.
Yeah,
it's like
exactly.
like $2-3 extra a bag.
Yeah, most of the time it's just the mess you would be concerned about. Like if you have any mess with especially the grout being a lighter color, you don't want the gray thinset in your joints, and white would mostly disappear. Like
it would.
Yeah. So that's one reason, and for some reason people think white is more stronger, but that's not right.
That's what I've heard.
Yeah, but
is that true?
Both are same. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't. It's just chemically speaking, I think
both
they're
are
the same. Yeah.
So if you use white on black tiles, I don't use it because you make a whole lot of haze, white haze. So I avoid using on black tiles, but other than that, I use white too. It's just
yeah, but everybody these days is doing like gray tiles or like a smoky dark gray tile, and then
gray is fine. Black, just the black specific.
But on the gray, it's always white thinset.
Why?
Always white thinset.
Yeah.
So Ardex, you're a fan of the Ardex. Then you're using the Ardex, and you like.
Yeah. I've been using it for a while now, like over a year, and it's been pretty good.
What about grout?
Grout, I was with Mapei for the grout, but it shows too much of discoloration, a haze being left on top of the grout after finish. Mapei Ultra Color Grout, and I just switched it to Let It Create Permacolor.
You like that more?
Yeah.
The colors are truer, right?
Yeah.
I'm finding that, and I totally don't disagree with you on that. I'm finding that sometimes the Mapei colors are not exactly, and then they're easy to point to the installer.
Yeah.
That you put too much water. You spun the mixer.
It's not
too
that.
much.
It's just the grout itself. I noticed it too. Yeah. That's what I would think too. Is like people did reach out to him, like maybe you put too much color, you mix it too fast, try to mix it with hand, but it's the grout itself. Yeah. So that's why I switched to Let It Create.
And then sponging. So grouting. Let's teach the kids a little bit about the proper way to grout any grout.
Yeah.
Right. And actually, before we even get into that, nobody's doing epoxy grout anymore. You don't.
You get the same strength in the these new grouts nowadays, right?
Yeah, they're rock hard.
Stain proof,
resistant,
stain resistant, right? And so epoxy is just a mess.
But that's all. Like you must have did epoxy in commercial days.
Yeah.
That's
We done
always-
LA Fitness, all epoxy in the gym.
Yeah.
Right? So I done in the houses too.
Yeah.
It's just I've used the epoxy grout release before applying the epoxy grout. So what it does, it makes a film on top of the tile.
Yeah.
So once you apply the grout, it was supposed to come off very easy.
Yeah.
And it doesn't.
Yeah.
It doesn't. And if I'm doing a subway tiles, I wouldn't even bother using epoxy because it's going to be a whole little mess. If it's a big tile, I can tape it off. Try to be careful, not even touch the tile surface. But
Putty knife
knife,
into each joint. I know.
yeah.
Hey, you ever done penny rounds
Penny rounds, yeah.
with epoxy?
No.
One of my
That'd be fun.
most favorite jobs I ever did was 3/8 spherical.
Yeah.
So I had a little bit of a penny rounds,
Okay.
all epoxy.
But it's very good idea to do small tiles with
Yes.
epoxy grout because it will hold it stronger.
Yes.
Because thinset, it's good, but
But
it's not enough,
It's not enough. I know.
Yeah, so any small tiles, I would say you should do epoxy grout. Yeah.
All right, so let's go back to the kids and the proper way to grout. And I'm talking about they just been installed, so now we have to clean all the joints.
Yeah, first of all, clean it, right?
Yeah.
And wipe out the entire surface. Make sure it's 100%, no haze, not whatsoever, no dust. Vacuum your joints, right? And mix the grout with hand or a drill, not the regular drill,
No,
impact.
not your
Not
thinset
the
mixer
thinset
drill.
mixer drill,
No,
the smaller drill.
Yes.
And mix it on a slow speed and use the cold water, not hot water, right?
I know. I've seen that so many times. They go and they put the hot water and they're not realizing that they did it, and they're actually damaging the grout.
Yeah,
know,
and it's drying too fast too.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And after you remixing it, it's just waste. It's not.
It's
same
garbage. You
anymore.
need another bag.
Yeah.
I know.
So apply the grout. If it's big tiles, like don't mix it like a water. It's gotta be a yogurt consistency.
Yes.
Kind of, right? And apply it with the rubber float. Push it in short way, and then go one long way. Make it all smooth. Let it set 15-20 minutes. 15 minutes, I would say, go on a round motion with the sponge.
Clean the most of it.
Not too damp, not too dry, just in between. You don't
go
want it too
to-
dry either the first time because if it's too dry, it will just take the grout out.
Yeah.
It won't be even anymore. So just go in a circular motion, do first time, let it sit another 10 minutes, 10-15 minutes. You can always see in the bucket if it start to drying, whatever from the leftover, then go with the final wash. And for the final wash, I actually find using the bigger, the Sigma sponge with the handle, with the grout bucket.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It doesn't take out the grout from the joint. It keeps it even with the tile. When you use a hand sponge, it always taking out
It'll
too
go
much.
down.
Yeah, it go down
yeah.
because you're pushing on it.
Exactly.
But the other one is perfect. It's just perfect. Yeah.
So are you grouting on your knees?
No.
No?
I just
Still can't do it on your knees?
my back. No.
No, eh?
No.
So 26 years old, huh?
Yeah, it's too bad, right? That's the trade is, right?
You ever butt heads with the older guys? Because I've butt heads with the older guys
Yeah.
that have been doing it for 50 years.
They
don't believe in Schluter.
No.
They believe in dry pack, the whole thing.
not just Schluter, in many things they don't.
They don't believe in a lot
it's
of
just
things.
argue.
I know.
Argue.
This is the way we do it.
Yeah.
This is the way it should be done.
Yeah.
This
The
is
one
how
thing-
Italy was put together. And I'm like, okay, all right, that's how it was. I get it.
Yeah, I'm like, one thing, if the guys I hire time to time, right? Sometimes I have to hire more guys because I'm more busy.
Yes.
And almost 100% of the time they're older than me, and we always have argue. I'm like, if I'm hiring you, it's my job. Why don't just listen to me, and I'm paying you the price you want it. Just listen to me and do it the way I want. If any issues, it's on me, not on you.
Exactly.
Just do it the way I want. But no, don't worry. We're doing it this way. You never have a problem. I'm like, no, I don't care how you've been doing it, but I'm paying you to do it. The money you ask, I'm paying you that money. So just listen to me and shut up and just do it. But always an argument.
They won't. It's always an argument.
Yeah.
They're set in their ways.
Yeah.
But I mean, you probably know this too, right? Like Toronto's the only area that still uses scratch coat.
Yeah.
Toronto, not even Ontario.
Outside of Toronto, they don't even use scratch coat.
No, they don't.
Go
They don't use it. And Quebec is all plywood, straight on the plywood, right?
And
Which
it doesn't stay.
I don't understand either that, right?
I had a guy work with me. He said, yeah, if you use additive to mix your thinset, probably it will last a bit longer than it's supposed to. But still, you need some sort of substrate. Yeah.
But technically speaking, when like in the Quebec way, if you're putting it right on to substrate, I think the ANSI standards actually ask for 1 inch substrate, not 3/4.
Not 3/4, right?
So
right. Not a cheap ply,
or
cheap
OSB,
board.
Definitely not
exactly.
OSB. It can't be. It has to be plywood.
Plywood, exactly.
So what are they doing? They're installing right on 3/4. OSB.
Yeah, no, not good.
Then it
doesn't
fails.
last long. Yeah. Then people call you. The grout started to pop up. The grout just started to pop up because tiles losing every time they walk in. It's just,
exactly.
Everything's moving together. So it's wood houses, it's not concrete. So every time you walk, obviously there's a vibration going on the floor. So at some point, it's just going to come out loose.
That's pretty nice, when you actually install tile right on concrete, if the concrete's perfectly flat.
Exactly.
Then it's nice, right?
It's never.
But you've done that in commercial. Did you ever do it in residential? Yeah, you've done.
In the basements.
In the basement? What about radiant floor heatings? No.
Not every time I think it's installed.
No, it's very rare, and mostly the higher end stuff.
Yeah.
But you got to prime everything. You got to make sure it's all smooth and clean.
Yeah.
And then install the tile on top.
Yeah, I've like in the past, when in the beginning year, I would say, I've done just make sure the floor's clean, wipe it with a damp sponge, where I let it dry, just go on right off concrete, no ditra, nothing. But started learning, everybody do stuff in the beginning. You're not just born professional in anything. So but definitely you should prime, or even they have a liquid membrane for what is called crack isolation.
Yes.
If you don't want to use a ditra, that's a little cheaper and faster way, I would say, right?
So the problem with the membranes that I have is that it's designed for a certain thickness, right? You're supposed to apply that rolled on membrane and make sure that you get a certain thickness of membrane
exactly.
to meet the standards that the manufacturer has says that this will be good for crack isolation, right?
Yeah.
So I have yet to see any tile installer pull out that gauge to tell me how thick it is that they rolled on there, right? So
usually 2 coats are.
That's what it is. So that's what they do. Just as long as you put 1 coat, let it dry, put the second coat. It's thick. That'll work. It won't crack. I know.
Yeah. I never had a problem, to be honest. Like 2 coats. Never had complaint like tile cracked. Some jobs been 4 years. Yeah. Never had an issue. Yeah.
Come a little closer to the mic, man, because you're like drifting off there. No. So it's good. What else you want to share? How many more years you got here, man, before you start saying that, okay, I got to hand this off to somebody else?
That's a good question. I'm trying
thinking
on
about
that right now.
You're thinking about it, right?
Yeah, why not, right? It's like if I be on my own, I will never grow. I will never make enough. It's good. Like, I'm not complaining, but everybody wants to grow. Who doesn't, right? So if you want to grow, you have to trust people, have to bring together a team, and make the business the next level, right? But if I just be on my own and everybody out there, whoever calls me, is like, I want you on the job site. That's the thing frustrated me. Like, but I get it. But if I'm taking on the job and I'm sending my guy, it's my responsibility, 100%. Like, I won't send just a rookie to your job, I have guys for commercial jobs. I have guys for custom job. I know which guy to send where. So I'm not available all the time, so that's another issue we have. But definitely, I'm trying to make together a team for good tile setters, but it's very hard to find. The people that are good, they don't want to work for anyone. The people which are not good, you have to teach them, spend a year of time. They want to work
for everybody.
Yeah. So that's the thing.
I'm still surprised that there isn't a school for tiling.
That's another thing I want to do.
You know what? I'll talk to you off mic because something's going on that you might be interested in being a part of. And it's just something that's interesting that has come my way. And I was like, I definitely want to be a part of this. But I was surprised that there isn't an actual physical school to teach these kids.
Exactly.
So it's not like you. And I've said this so many times that I would love the school to be on the job site. But for some reason, tile install and tile installers and the process of tiling, it doesn't, like you said, it doesn't work for a school, like an academic kind of environment. It becomes frustrating. It becomes irritating. You either love it and you want to do it or you don't. You can't start and stop anybody while they're in their groove and they're working. So if there's a school, then that kid should go into that school, and then that instructor will not be on the job site. That instructor will focus.
Exactly.
And that's important because I definitely think that we need a lot more tile installers coming into this industry.
True.
And not the Instagram tile installers. I'm saying the people that know how to actually tile.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So
and there's many people that have come DM me on Instagram. They're willing to learn, like, for free, whatever. If I'm willing to take them on for a job or two, even 2-3 weeks. Even from Montreal, the guys reach out. I'm willing to come to Toronto, stay here for 2 weeks if you can take me for no pay.
Wow.
And I said,
that says a lot about you, but
yeah,
your business
is
going to suffer.
Exactly. I can't, try to teach at the same time when I'm trying to finish my job and be on schedule.
I know.
But if there's this place where you teach and then later on, after the course has been done, you take them on one or at least 1 or 2 jobs, and that's a great way to teach people.
But I almost feel like it should be a very strict class. Like it should be extremely strict.
Exactly.
That, like, almost like the Top Gun of tiling. You know what I mean? Like, you have to be at this level, and you'll know on the very first day if you're going to stay here or not.
And if you're paying, you should be smart enough about it. Like, be focused, be on time, because you're paying money to learn something. Of course. You don't want to ruin it for yourself.
No, I know. Totally, man. I want to talk a little bit of Green Book, and I think it's kind of fitting for you because of potential health problems caused by cleaning chemicals. You guys are constantly cleaning. You're the first person to clean that floor, clean that shower, clean that bathroom before anybody comes into the house and they start cleaning it and using their products, right? So many factors influence whether a cleaning chemical will cause health problems. Some important factors to consider include chemical ingredients of that cleaning product. Are you using latex gloves all the time now when you're installing? Is it bothering your skin or no?
I use it and it fills up with moisture inside inside the glove, and it loosened up my skin. It made it even worse. I know. So that's the reason I don't use it.
So you don't use it anymore.
My skin just comes right off.
But the chemicals from the thinset itself and the
that's true. I just try to, now when I do tiling, I'm not messy at all. So I try to be clean, change the water I'm using to clean my hands constantly, make sure it's not too much thinset in there, right? And latex gloves doesn't help it, and it bothers me. Like, I can't see if I can't feel the tile is even.
You can't touch it.
So it's many things,
You got to also consider how the cleaning product is being used or stored. Ventilation. Guys keep on forgetting you're mixing all that thinset, you're mixing all that grout, and there's no proper ventilation.
That's
you're
true.
Breathing that shit in. Make sure it's an open ventilated area. Whether there are splashes or spills, you got to factor that in. Sometimes I think it's been once or twice where I see the new guys actually mixing right on top of the tile.
Mixing on top of the tile?
Like you're about to, and I'm like, what's wrong with you, man? Why are you making a mess of right on top of what you just cleaned? And
or at least covered it.
Protect it or go someplace else and mix it, right?
Exactly.
Whether the cleaning products comes in contact with your skin, whether mist, vapors, or gases are released. So these are just all things that you got to consider when you're actually considering chemicals, because a lot of these products that we use are highly full of chemicals, right? So you got to be careful. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I use vacuum every time I make a cut. Doesn't matter, small cut, big cut.
Nice.
I use a vacuum.
What about the winter months? The winter months, you're still going outside and use the vacuum and then just...
If it's outside, the mask is enough. You can actually, once you experience, you know which way to point the grinder so the dust is going the other way.
I know,
right?
Eh?
So
That's actually a really good test for the new guys.
Yeah,
right?
but some of the cuts you can't do it that way because when you cut it certain way, it's like either this side or that side will chip, you know. So or you use a sponge while you're cutting it. Just hold the damn sponge. That's the best way.
Yep.
No chips, nothing.
Yeah.
It's just, but you got to be steady. Not on weed all night, right? That's the.
I don't know if I've seen a tile installer cut on it while he was smoking weed. I don't know if I'd ever seen that. I'm sure that someone has. No, I don't know.
Never.
I don't know if I've ever seen it. No, but I'm sure there's somebody
I've
else.
maybe once. Not that I can remember. Yeah, once or twice I've seen. But the grout guy I've seen.
Okay.
Smoking even weed at the job site.
Oh,
like,
wow.
Crazy. I'm like, same day fire, you're not here anymore, you know?
No, exactly. You can't
nobody
do that,
want
man.
that
No,
stuff.
exactly. It's dangerous.
Yeah. It's like, you got to respect the job site, right? It's somebody's house. They let you
You got to
in.
respect all the other trades.
Exactly. Other trades too, yeah.
Right,
Even if you're working by yourself, don't smoke
Yes.
weed at the job site.
Yes.
Do it at your home. Once you're done, go home, do whatever. It's your business. But
Sometimes he needs a nice little blunt just to get the grout done. I don't know, man. I got to ask you, what kind of blades are you using? What do you prefer?
So there's a blade I was using for a long time. It's from Korea. There's no name on it. It's from
Yellow.
Tool Academy. Yellow.
Yeah, I
blade.
know.
Yeah.
Nobody knows the name of that
No,
blade.
it's yellow. It's go by
yellow,
yellow blade.
and it's actually a really good blade.
Yeah,
man.
but I just switched to Sigma, the best.
Is it really? Yeah.
It's
Is
expensive.
it better? Is it better?
Best.
Now, is that blade from North Korea or South Korea?
The good point.
Because that's what I ask every tile guy. They always say, "Listen, it's from Korea," and I always ask them, "North or South? Which one is it?"
I think not.
It's probably from North. It's
Probably
seriously
from
because
North.
it's a good blade.
Yeah.
Right. But
Yeah.
I think it's kind of.
They have good weaponry there too, so maybe from there.
So you're
Why
using
not? Let's
Sigma
just
blades.
assume that,
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Sigma is the best, better than the yellow one. And there's another blade. They're comparable, And there's another blade called Terminator.
I don't know that one.
Very good.
Is it
it's
good?
very thin. Yeah. It just the only problem is it bends. Like if you're not careful, it bends right away. Like, it's thin, super thin, so it makes a cleanest cut, but it bends very easy.
So can we tell everybody that's listening, including the GCs that think that they're tile installers, when you start seeing a blade start to get some sparks and some
Yeah.
redness to
Yeah.
it, tell them what's going on there.
It's probably bent at that point. Yeah. Because it's spinning at the same RPM.
Stop doing what
it's-
you're doing.
Exactly.
Because you're not doing it right.
Yeah, it'll start chipping off, or it will just try to slip from your hand.
Yeah.
Because
No
it's not-
good tile blade should be doing that
Yeah.
to a tile or stone material.
exactly.
None should be doing that.
If you like that blade, just buy it from Home Depot.
Exactly. And just get a crappy blade and you can have all the sparks you want and then all the chips will come with
Exactly.
it. All that crap. I know that we started the show at the very beginning where it's like most commercial guys, you guys don't have time for clips.
No.
But do you like clips or you not like clips?
To be honest, in commercial jobs, I would rather use clips because in some way you can say it's time consuming, but in the other way, like if you care about your job,
It's faster though.
it's faster. Like if you don't care, they go bam, bam, bam. If it's little lip, nobody care because it's commercial. But I use clips in commercial jobs.
Yeah?
Yeah.
There's the money for it?
There's no money for it, but it's just faster and the outcome is better. And the one thing I tell, so there's no back buttering in commercial job, I'll be honest. There's no enough money for it.
It's really ironic that you say that, right?
Yeah.
Because
There's nothing to hide, you gotta be honest.
But the commercial jobs are the ones that the technical specs, the technical advisors, they're the ones that come out to make sure that everything is supposed to be done properly.
Yeah.
Which includes back buttering, I guess.
There's no supervisor or anybody, any manager on the job site that's watching that or concerned about that. No supervisor.
Wow.
But the problem is it's not from the trade side. There's no money for it. If you back butter every single piece, you
won't finish, you won't make money.
It's better just not take the job.
Yeah.
So what I recommend, if you're gonna use clips, be on a commercial job and not back butter, keep your thinset a little bit runny, like not like self-leveling, but just like a just like a grout consistent.
Yes.
Yeah. So at least you make sure you put down every tile, hammer it, clip it. That's fine. You can even walk on it for like first 5 minutes. You lay the tile, walk right on it. You clip it. The surface is flat. Obviously, at least you gotta make sure surface is flat. Walk on it for first 5-10 minutes. Make sure I do that. Myself, like I go over all the whole row. I lay one row, go walk over on it, and put some weight, and it's sticking good.
I know, but in all fairness, Paras, you're probably what 140.
I have my guy do that too.
So if you got like a 250 Italian guy, you know, don't walk on it, Tony.
Joe.
Don't walk it on it. Leave it alone, Tony.
Yeah.
No. What clips are you liking these days? Because I know everybody's kind of particular about their clips, right?
So for any custom job, go perfect level master.
Okay.
There's a pay grade. I don't like it because it's too stiff, and when you tight it, it just moves the tiles apart. It's so stiff.
Okay.
And perfect level is good for custom jobs. The commercial jobs, I go with the shop name called Global Custom Flooring Solution. It's in Vaughan.
Okay.
They started out a year back, and they reached out to me. They gave me a sample to use it, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's just the same concept as Raimondi, the very first
Raimondi.
clips
Yes.
started, right?
Yes.
And the pretty much same style, and it's much stronger. The Raimondi ones, if you tie it too much, it just snaps right off.
Yeah.
But this one doesn't. You can go all the way.
There's got to be like 20 clips now on the market, right?
Yeah, there's a lot. There's different kind of clips. The spinner ones.
I never like the spinner ones, man.
Yeah, it's just waste of time.
Like
why would you spend time spinning it first, then to remove
great
it?
as an IG reel story. You know what I mean? It looks good as a TikTok video.
Exactly.
It looks wonderful. It's got nothing to do with construction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I hate it too.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Even the actual gun itself to tighten it.
Yeah.
You know, so I see some guys just like big fat Tony fingers or whatever, and you just squeezing it, and that's it, right? And then like the prosciutto sandwich in the other hand, and you're just squeezing it, and that's how it's done, right? No, I mean, so you like the clips, but you're particular about which clips you're using for which job.
Yeah.
So it depends on what goes on, what's happening.
Yeah, and there's the price difference too, right? Plus, there's another clip. It's from China. It's so if you got a defect in tile and you're trying to get the best out of your job, and you already have the perfect level master clips, whatever, in place. And that clip just, after everything's in place, it goes right in, and you turn it the other way, and it got a little lip on both sides. So it's like a T.
Oh, I know
First
you're
you put it in the
talking about.
grout line.
Okay, so it's designed like that.
Yeah, it's like a T.
Okay.
Goes in through the grout line.
Yeah.
Then you flip it the other way. The T is sitting under the both tiles now. Then you just spin it.
Got it.
You fix the defect, actually.
Yeah. That's actually pretty clever. I like that.
Right? Yeah, that's very good idea. That's one of the good ones.
Okay, so we're getting close to wrapping up, but I want to get you to share, because I'm always respectful of any tile installer that keeps a job site clean.
Yeah.
Like, I've seen dirty, messy nastiness, and then like thinset all over the pants, all over the shoes, all over everything, and then go home, come back the next day, all dry, and then come on, put the knees down on the tile, and it's just like crumbles everywhere.
Exactly.
I mean, what are your top tips to keep everything clean when you're tiling? What's the routine? What's important?
So that's one of the reasons I don't spread on the walls. I spread on my tile, because when you spread on the wall, especially when large format, I'm not talking about when it's subway tile or mosaics. Large format, spread on the tile, it gives you, you get to keep everything clean, because when you spread on the wall, it's like thinset is falling off the trowel, it's going everywhere, on your shoe, on your pant, on your shirt, everywhere. So that's one thing I do, and try to have some space, try to have it organized so your brain stays fresh, while you're doing whatever stuff you're doing. So once it's get a little messy, then that's it. From that point on, it's just messier. Yeah. So if
the helper should be responsible for
exactly. Helper should be doing his job. Yeah. If it get a little messy, take 5-minute break, clean everything, get back onto it again. Right? Why not? 5 minutes, rather than you spending an hour wiping the tiles after, and your
Keeping
hands,
the
everything
trowel
mess.
clean, keeping the
clothes.
sponges clean.
Then you
having
sit in your
buckets,
car. Exactly.
Everything.
Then you sit in your car full of cement, everything mess. You take your socks off at home. Thinset
It's just everywhere. Thinset, big glob, in your pocket,
in your pocket,
on your wallet,
exactly.
on your iPhone, like
exactly.
everything. I know.
So
that just means that you could be better.
Yeah, keep the water clean that you're using for cleaning, and things you can do. Slow down a little. Don't just rush. Yeah, there's a time you rush. I get it. There's sometimes you're just trying to, rush, get it done. In the end, you clean. But you spend more time, definitely, cleaning it afterwards. So
I think a good towel setter is a clean towel setter.
Exactly. You just don't make mess. Yeah.
If I see a towel setter that's got just thumb and hands and all over it, if I see that, I get a little nervous because I'm wondering, okay, fine, that could be a good towel setter, but the guy... That means the job site's messy.
Exactly. Yeah.
And I don't want the job site.
You're risking the whole job. Yeah.
I know. I'll be like, go be a bricklayer.
Yeah.
That's where you belong because you can drop all you want there, right?
Keep your tools clean every half an hour, 20 minutes. Clean your trowel because it's piling thinset on it. And once it's piling, it's just, once you're trying to spread, using it, the same messy trowel, it's just... splashing it all over.
It should be like a routine, like the team, like you said. You talked about how everyone knows what they should be doing.
Yeah.
Right?
I tell my helper, if you see the thinset all over the bucket, take the scoop it in the middle, clean the edge of the bucket with the sponge, because if there's thinset on the edge of the bucket, it's when you move the bucket, it's just going to spill it this, whatever, right?
Exactly.
So that's your duty. Just every time you see the thinset, because I'm busy doing my thing, that's your job. Pile it up in the middle.
And then if there's crustiness going on, it's starting to harden.
Yeah.
Don't take it off and put it into the bucket and mix it in. Take it off and throw it out, right?
Garbage,
Don't let it fall onto the work floor.
Any dried thinset is garbage.
Garbage.
It's not.
Yeah.
No strength left in, no stickiness left in it anymore. Yeah.
So I know, I'll ask you this, but you don't have to answer it because you're on camera and everything like that. But, and I'll admit, I've done it and I had no issues with it. Have you baked a cake, I call it, where you're mixing a little bit of this thinset, mixing a little bit of this thinset. You ran out of this bag here, you got this bag here, and you put them together. And like I said, you don't have to answer it.
I've done it.
I think every tile setter has.
That's a good point. You brought it up. I've done it. I think it's not a big issue if you're mixing the regular thinsets, like let's say MAPE LFT and Ardex X4.
Yes.
Maybe it's fine. You do it. But if you're mixing the quick set with the regular thinset, you got a big problem.
Yes.
Huge problem. It's not going to dry.
Yes.
And it's not going to stick. It just becomes as like a mortar for the brick.
Yes.
It's not a thinset anymore. It's not sticky. So good that you brought up.
Just the thinset I'm talking about.
Yeah,
guys.
if thinset and thinset, it's okay, but quick set doesn't go with regular thinset.
And don't try that shit with grout.
No.
All right?
No, I never done
grout
that.
is done. You did it, and you got a half a bag. Either leave it with the client, and they'll store it somewhere for years,
throw it out.
Or throw it out.
Yeah, because open bag of grout is
it's useless
garbage,
at that point.
Yeah.
And then also, I want everybody to realize that thinset has a shelf life.
Yeah.
And a Mother Nature life.
Yeah.
So you can't be keeping all this thinset outside when we get to minus 30 or something like that.
True.
And you can't let it get wet.
No.
Like all this shit. You gotta baby this and make sure you take care of it, right?
And when it's open, it doesn't even have that much of time
shelf,
left.
Yeah, you gotta use it.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah. Severolite, I think they made this new like a clip-on thing. You clip on to an open bag and just seals it. I never seen it myself.
What is that garbage?
iTile, if you know him.
Yeah. Okay, he showed it.
Yeah, he showed it in a bunch of his videos. It's just like you clip it. It's like you open the bag, whatever left over.
Okay, so you're a tile setter. Tomorrow you're gonna use that bag.
Yeah. I'll just tape it for a day.
If it was, if it was a homeowner though, and it was like a month from now,
exactly.
Then some bag of popcorn, take that little zip thing and clip that and whatever.
Exactly.
No, that's bullshit. That's
and how many you gonna buy?
Are you a beast guy?
A what?
A beast bucket?
No.
So are you a clean the buckets at the end of the day or
Yeah.
hammer the buckets at the start of the day?
Clean end of the day.
Yeah,
I don't clean it 100%. I clean it to the point so there's no so next day if I'm cleaning on it and the mixers, the paddles hitting the sides, it's not leaving me stones in it. I clean it, I wipe it with a damp sponge. I don't go like I wanted a brand new clean.
Yeah.
I clean enough so I can use it for next day, you know?
Yes, yes.
All the big stuff is gone, and with the damp sponge, you go on all the sides so there's no stones left.
These tile guys, and I know who I'm talking about, and there's a few guys out there, they love hammering it the next day. But, okay, what's gold when it comes to a tile installer? What's gold?
What's gold? You get your bucket to use
buckets.
it next day.
It's buckets, right? So now you want to let that thin set dry. You want to come in the morning.
Yeah.
And that's how you want to start your day is hammering a bucket. And that bucket's going to be killed
Yeah,
after how many days
exactly.
of doing that? And buckets are gold.
Yeah.
So don't do that. Just give it a little bit of wipe the
Yeah.
night before when you guys are all wrapping up. Even the helpers.
Yeah.
Start getting into
That's
the
his
groove.
job. When we're starting to wrap
start-
up,
wrap up.
he got to clean up everything. All the tools.
That's it.
Even broom the side, not vacuum, at least broom it, no big stuff. I don't want to come to job site, see everything messy, and start my day like that.
Exactly.
That's it. You just ruin your day if you see a messy job site.
All right, so I guess a little bit of words of advice for all the younger generation that wants to get into this business. What can you tell them?
Stop smoking weed first. I never met a
lot of tile
Canadian.
guys would smoke weed?
Not
Just Canadians?
tile guy. Any person, Canadian or you're immigrant, I never met more like 99% of people I met my age, younger, a bit older. Everybody smoked weed, and
Really?
I didn't even knew what weed was in my country. I was 18 when I moved here. I never knew what weed is. So everybody's smoking weed every night. It's like it's a medicine.
There's
I'm
a lot
like,
of weed going
it's
on.
killing you slowly. It's making you dumb slowly.
Yeah.
So
I
stop
agree.
smoking weed and just get out. Just do whatever job you can find. You know, just get out of your house. Do something. Make yourself productive. And
Pick your questions.
yeah, pick your questions.
And don't ask the same question over
Exactly.
and over. You're not learning at that point.
Don't piss wrong people off.
Yeah. No, I agree with you. No, I'm not disagreeing, dude. I totally.
So-
Paras, honestly, thank you so much. We got the 12 questions to do here. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm curious about this, man. You like Canada outside of the weed?
Yeah.
I'll blame Trudeau for that one. What is your favorite construction word?
My favorite construction word. Everything's good.
What is your least favorite construction word?
Least favorite is fucked up.
What turns you on in construction?
Clean job site.
What turns you off in construction?
What turns me off? The arrogant people.
Yeah. What's your favorite curse word?
Fucking shit.
What's your favorite vehicle in the entire world? Anything. Doesn't have to be construction related.
Ferrari.
Which one? Any particular?
No.
Anything.
Just the newer ones, yeah.
Some newer ones. What's your least favorite vehicle?
Construction van.
What construction sound or noise do you love?
The sound I like, the rolling of paint. The paint rolling.
Really?
Yeah,
Soothing?
just make a little sound, you know, when it's quiet.
I know
in
what
the
you're
room.
talking about.
Yeah.
It's like a little...
Yeah.
I know.
Crispy kind of sound, yeah. I think that
I don't even hear a painter saying that.
in construction, like
It's very
gas in
relaxing.
Construction, yeah.
I know.
It's, you know, other than construction, it's rain out of your window. If it's
Yeah.
you know, if you're in a happy
You know
mood,
what?
that depends.
It actually is, man. It is.
If you're in a happy mood, depends.
Yes.
If you're in a fucked up mood, then no. Sorry, excuse
It's
me.
funny. No. I did a job recently, and then I asked the painter, I'll start painting the walls. And they're like, what are you talking about? I want to paint the walls. I actually find it really relaxing to roll the walls. You guys already cut. I'll roll.
Yeah.
And then I started rolling, and they come back, and they're like, you know what you're doing? I was going, yeah, you fuck nuts. I do know what I'm doing. Like, holy shit, leave me alone. I can teach you guys how to roll.
Yeah.
What construction sound or noise do you hate?
The guys go end of the day rubbing the trowel against the concrete to clean it. I hate that sound. So my teeth are like gonna fall
It's
out.
like chalkboard. It's like, yeah.
To, like go on the
Why
on
they
the,
do? Oh, so to
to clean it to get the thinset out.
yeah.
I'm like use a hard scraper or something, you know, like just They go on the concrete like.
I know what you're talking about.
Shit.
I hate that
I
sound.
hate it. Yeah, I can't stand it.
Okay, so you're way too young for this, but what profession other than your own would you like to attempt?
Vlogging.
What?
Vlogging. YouTube blogger.
Oh, blogging.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
On tiling?
No, on a daily life.
Really?
Yeah.
About anything?
Go travel.
Nice.
Be a vlogger.
What profession would you not like to do?
Any office job. I can't sit. I can't sit for more than half an hour.
I know. Last question. If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at the pearly gates?
I'll say, welcome, son. You made it. I don't know if that's going to happen ever.
Ah, that's good. Paras, honestly, thank you so much, man. Finally, to talk to you and to meet you. And then just a lot of respect for you, man.
Same here. Goes the same way.
Huge amount of respect for you. And then just save those knees, man.
Yeah.
Save those knees, man. Honestly.
That's why I'm trying to build a team. Yeah.
Yeah, let them have their knees and then learn and shit like that. So everybody, once again, website is innovation-tile.com. Email is innovationtiletoronto@gmail.com. And the Instagram is iTile.
iTile Toronto, yeah.
Yeah, iTile _Toronto.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's what it is, right? So
got it
give them a follow and you'll learn a lot of shit. Don't ask them questions, man. Or ask them one question, get the answer, and then figure it out. But I'll talk to you afterwards about some other stuff that's going on with tile and stone and shit like that. Thanks, man. Really appreciate it.
Thank you very much.
We are out of here. Thank you very much, Angelina.